Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Part 3 gang, y'all, let's get it, y'all. Part 3 gang, y'all, let's get it. Like, share, subscribe to the show. Let's get it. Let's go. Man, that joke was crazy, man. She snapped right in front of me and my old head. I'm like, yo, that's crazy, man. That's crazy right there. So she went right back. She went right back in the building. So me and my uncle standing right here. Bro D right there, he said, hey, Weezy, hey, look, man. Shh. Hey, Weezy, look, man, I need your help, man. I was like, you need my help? He's like, walk with me. I looked at Uncle was like, I just started, both of us started laughing. I'm like, what's up, man? So me and him start walking laps. He was like, hey, look, man, I messed up, Weezy, man. I ain't get the money, man. I ain't get the chance to make a lot of money, man. He was like, look, all right, you want to get in the car? He was like, bro, listen, if you can loan me $200, bro. I was like, loan you $200, bro. I said, bro, hold on, time out. You don't have no more la-la? I'm talking about not even a freaking couple of spoons and no nothing? He was like, nah, it's gone. Weezy like, bro, listen, bro. She gonna keep bringing it, bro. I'm like, listen, man. Bro, you about to fumble crazy, bro. I said, bro, you about to fumble so crazy, bro. I said, man, listen, man. I'm trying to get in the car, bro. Like, I don't know what you gonna do. I'm not loaning you no money. Cause nah, bro, you don't rock with me like that. I'm spending them for real. I'm like, bro, nah, you don't rock with me like that, bro. Why would I loan you money, bro? I just start walking in front of him. I'm like, nah, bro. Nah, he like, nah, Weezy, look. It ain't like that though, man. He was like, we just ain't gonna get no more if I don't pay. I said, bro, listen, why you didn't pay her out of 2 zips, bro? I said, bro, you had 2 zips. I said, what you doing it? He was like, man, I gave it away. I was partied, traded it for wine, you know. I ain't had no Newports this time, traded it for tobacco. Like, bro, like, I just partied, bro. Like, pay the dude, make the meal every night. I said, bro, listen, bro. Why you be saying that you like to get money though? Like, bro, like, where did that come from, bro? Like, because there's no way on earth somebody that likes to get money is going to act like this, man. I said, bro, why do you be saying that, bro? I said, because, bro, you not a get money dude. He was like, I mean, like, on the street, I had the plug, but, you know, like, for real though, like, man, like, when I got locked up, I ain't had no money because I done looked out for everybody. I said, bro, you got to stop looking out for everybody, bro. I said, bro, listen, this is what it is, bro. I said, because you can't leave your friends high and dry. I said, you get the pack, you make your money, you get your box right, you get yourself right, and then you look out for your homeboys, man. I said, they are the last option, man. You know what I mean? I said, they are the last thing on the list that you have to look out for is your homeboys. I said, your homeboys already know they're going to blow for free. They gonna do everything with you because you got it. I said, so look, bro, what you be giving up, Eric? What you be giving everybody? He was like, he said, I got an old head in 60 building, man. I gave him a quarter, man, because he used to look out for me back in the day. I was like, a quarter? I said, you just gave him a quarter? He was like, yeah, I mean, I thought it was a quarter. I ain't weighed or nothing. I said, what you be giving bro that you mess with, man? He was like, man, I threw him like an eighth. You know what I mean? He said, the other homeboy, I threw him like an eighth. You know what I mean? Then he said, I threw my other homeboy an eighth. That's in 40 building. You know what I mean? Like, that was about a zip right there. He said, after I had that zip, we was just partying. I was just blazing that joint up, Weezy, man. I was rolling joints up so big, it looked like this. He pulled out a joint out of his pocket. And this back when we was rolling, like, you know what I mean? We rolling receipt paper. You know what I mean? But dudes still had feezy paper, so we'll put the feezy paper in the middle of the receipt paper, and then roll it like that. And I looked at that joint that he had rolled up, man. That joint was like the size. I'm looking at it, I'm like, bro, that joint look like a big paper blunt. Y'all know how I be smoking my white papers now. That's what that joint that looked like, man. I was like, bro, you wow, bro. He was like, I'm saying though, like, I mean, come on, Weezy, don't leave me hanging, bro. Like, I need the money, man. Like, if I can pay her, we can get some more. I said, bro, what you want some more for, though, bro? I said, you want to get some more for you to do what, man? They keep messing it up. He said, man, look, Weezy, man, I'm partying, man. I ain't got time to prove nothing to nobody, bro. I was like, shh. So look, if I give you this money, bro, how we gonna work this out, man? You know what I mean? I stopped walking laps. Now it's serious time. Like, yo, bro, look, if I give you this money, how we gonna work this out? What you talking about? He's like, I'm gonna give you a zip. I'm like, I thought about it and I was like, bro, I'm a see though, bro. I said, because, bro, I don't like how you did me, bro. I said, bro, you move around this junk, bro. I said, bro, you could have been getting money and having me pump all the work, bro. I said, you would have had a sweet gig, bro. Like, you ain't had to do nothing. He was like, I won't try to never run out. That's why I don't get nobody nothing. Like, everything, he had an answer for everything. Not even an answer, a dumb answer, y'all. Like, I just really got tired of hearing him talk, but at the end of the day, I really need this play on the low. Like, I really need this zip. And it makes sense for me to get a zip for $200. You know what I mean? I'm like, all right, bro, I got you, man. You know what I mean? So I hopped back on the phone. I went back to my homeboy cell, got on the phone, called my homeboy, and got my homeboy to send me $200 green dot. My homeboy told me that he had the money for me. I had it in a piece of paper. So when I walked upstairs, I went to bro's cell, I knocked on his door. He came to the door looking stupid in the face. I said, yo, look, I got the money right here. He was like, give it to me. I'm like, nah, I ain't getting you nothing right now, bro. You know what I mean? He was like, what you mean? I was like, bro, I'm gonna give it to her. He was like, what? I said, yeah, I'm gonna give it to her, bro. She gonna know that I'm the one that's saving you, just in case you're in the way, but go to the hole or anything like that, bro. She gonna rock with me, bro. No, sir, bro. I said, bro, this is business right here, bro. At the end of the day, man, you can't be mad, bro. He was like, I'm saying, well, you trying to, that's my people's though. I'm like, bro, listen, I'm not trying to take your people's, but she gonna know I'm the one that saved the day. He was like, man, if she know that you saved the day, she gonna know that I messed the money up, Weezy, man. Why you gonna do that, man? I was like, nah. We gonna do it, bro. And I was holding to the fire on purpose. Like, I wanted him to feel, y'all, like, this is one of those stories, man. Like, I had to really resist of being a scumbag, man. I had to resist of a lot of things because this guy right here, man, it was like a no-win situation with him, man. So boom, bro, this is what we doing, bro. This is what we doing, bro. Real talk. This is what we doing, man. I'm giving her the money, bro. We're going outside. I'm gonna get my old head and call her out here, and I'm gonna hand her this $200, bro. He was like, nah, Weezy, please, don't do it, man. I was like, nah. So I buckled him the whole morning. He mad. He looking stupid in the face. The whole day he looking mad, crazy mad. I'm like, nah, I don't care, bro. I'm giving it to him. He like, Weezy, please, man, don't do it, man. She gonna cut me off. I'm like, nah, forget that. He was like, nah, bro, please. So he begged me all day. I just egged him all day till it was time for outside rec. When it was time for outside rec, we go outside. We on the yard. I see her. This time we on the other joint. So she'll have to walk a little bit, you know what I mean? But my old head can move around on that part of the boulevard. So he walked down there where we was at. He was like, what you got going on? I was like, man, we waiting for Miss Thompson to come out here. He was like, you want me to go get her? I was like, yeah, let her know bro out here. You know what I mean? So bro standing there looking stupid. He like, Weezy, you really gonna do that, man? You really gonna make her see that I'm in the way? I was like, bro, listen, you are in the way. You said the magic words, bro. You are in the way, bro. Real talk, bro. You ain't supposed to be going through this, bro. Nah, bro. I put a stop to this now. He was like, Weezy, please, man. Please, man. This word, I looked up, slide open up, bish. Seen Miss Thompson wilding out there. She spotted us. She walked right down there where we was at. Bootleg Lawrenceville. Walked right there where we was at. She came to the fence. He was like, man, Weezy, please. She was walking right down there where we was at. I seen her walking. I was like this. He was like, man, Weezy, please, man. Please, man. I turned around. She was getting close. I was like this. I made sure she kind of seen me. I was like, here, man. That junk was in an envelope too, like a nice size envelope, a little piece of paper in an envelope game. I made sure I gave him something big. So as he was getting the junk, the lady seen him handing me handing him something. He was like, thanks, Weezy, man. I was like, nah, thank you. I was like, nah, just keep your words. So I backed up, went about right here, see my old head. I walked behind. She started walking. I walked right over here, started talking to my old head. So we watching the whole play. So she walked to the fence. She was like, you got my money? He was like, yeah, I got it. But look, though, that's what I'm saying, though. Like, I'm sorry, man. She was like, nah, you just ain't no hustler. Like, I don't know what you treat me. You had me thinking that you like to get money. No, sir. I was about to say, Miss Thompson, hey, look. You know what I mean? I was like, nah, man. You know what I mean? Like, the scumbag in me wanted to come out, but sometimes you got to know how to tame it, y'all. So, boom. I didn't want to do that, man. You know what I mean? Like, this is my man, little cousin. So, even though he don't know how to move, a lot of dudes don't be knowing how to move. I can't make everybody move like me. That's for one. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't be knowing how to move, but him, he's really not a hustler. And I just was trying to get in the car. And this is the only reason why me and him was even having a conversation, to be honest with y'all, because his cousin or not, this dude is a lame dude. I would never hang with him, man. So he sat there and talked to her for a minute. He sat there and had a little conversation with her for a little second. And then she peeled off. I was like, yeah, man, like, for real, bro. She said she got me this weekend, bro. So, you know, like, she said, as long as I keep paying, she'll bring it, bro. Like, so, as long as I keep paying, bro, she'll bring it, man. I was like, that's what's up, man. You know what I mean? I was like, but look, though, man, don't forget about me, man. When you get that, bro, I ain't joking with you, man. This ain't like that junk Me and you be joking, I come holler at you and ask you, can I, you know what I mean, what's good, and you tell me whatever you want to tell me. I said, bro, you can't tell me nothing over the weekend except you got my zip, bro. That's the only thing I want to hear, and I'm letting you know that now, right now. He was like, man, I'm gonna pay you, Weezy, man. Come on, man. I was like, all right. Yeah, your party gonna be cut short. I'm letting you know now, ain't gonna be no party. He was like, man, come on, Weezy. I was like, man, I ain't trying to hear that, man. I gave him the Denzel, y'all. I ain't, man. I had my bread, man. I ain't trying to hear that. I pilted on him. It wasn't nothing else to talk about. You know what I mean? It wasn't nothing else to talk about, man. So I slid. I'm going to dinner. When we go to dinner, my man in there, 50 building ate first. So my old head waited on me. So when I get in the chow hall, he like, I gotta holler at you. I'm like, what's up? He was like, yo, look. He was like, man, for real though, I ain't even gonna lie, bro. He was like, man, the lady Miss Thompson said she knew that was you that gave him that money. I'm like, for real? He was like, yeah. He was like, man, I'm like, what she talking about? He was like, man, look. She said when she bring that pack, bro, man, she gonna give it to me to get to you, and you just look out for him. You know what I mean? She was like, since you gave him that money, you just take half. But I was like, bro, I'm already taking half. You know what I mean? So he was like, look, if I bring you the pack, you gotta give it to him then. I'm like, nah, I ain't gonna buckle them though. I was like, I could be petty, I could do a lot of stuff right now. I said, but for real, you need to holler at Miss Thompson, man, and let her know. You know what I mean? Like, yo, bro, like for real, now it's time. You know what I mean? It's time for me to be a scumbag because, like, bro is not a hustler. He don't want to be a hustler. He doesn't have a hustling bone in his body. So, like, what do y'all want me to do, man? Just keep sitting there and just keep letting bro party all the sack up, y'all, so boom. No, it's my time now, especially after Unc came back and told me that she know the count and she want to drop it off to Unc to give it to me and then I give it to him. I'm like, yo, this is crazy right here. But she probably was thinking like, yeah, he probably weaseled that boy out his money. So let me get his old head to pack. When she mess with my uncle crazy. My uncle just ain't into that type of stuff. I can't pull up on him and be like, yo, bro, this. He'll be like, no, Weezy, I ain't gonna do it. So I'm like, man, that's what's up. I'm like, that's what's up, man. I was like, look, let's get the joint, you know what I mean? And give it to me. I'm gonna look out for him. You know what I mean? So he like, all right. So me and him dip. I go back to the pod. When I went back to the pod, I'm looking at D moving around. Now he don't have no la. Now I look up. He at the door. I see him talking to the Richmond dude. I look up. I see him at the top door. He talking to the dudes in 32 pod. He picking something up off the ground. I don't know what he got going on, man. So again, I see the Emporia dude, his little homeboy. He walked by. I grab him. Hey, what's up, bro? What the hell y'all got going on there? He was like, what you talking about, big bro? I was like, nah, I'm talking about, like, why is bro at the door doing stuff? What is he doing? He buying stuff? He was like, yeah, like, about to party again. I'm like, bro, that's all y'all do is party, bro. I'm like, yo, listen, man. Why you let bro mess up those 2 zips, though, bro? You like, man, what you want me to do? That man got his own brain. He got his own hands and feet. He gonna do whatever he want, Weezy. I couldn't tell him that. I said, man, y'all wildin', man. I said, so what he doing now? He said, man, you know he about to strike again this weekend, right? I'm like, well, he told you that already? He was like, yeah. He told me that already. He said, that's why he borrowing stuff now. I said, oh, he's borrowing stuff. He was like, yeah. I said, so he don't even have the money to even buy the stuff? He was like, man, bro ain't got nothing in there, man. Except the food, a little bit of food products. Like, he ain't got no money to buy what we getting. I said, what y'all buying? He was like, some perks. I was like, some perks? I was like, y'all finna take some perks in this joint? He was like, yeah, we like people do perks. I'm like, all right, man. You know what I mean? Young boy just came and told me they about to buy a perk game, y'all. So boom. The perkies? Not the perks, man. I'm like, yo, that's wild, man. So I waited probably about 15 minutes. After bro was at the door, I'm standing on the top tennis watching him. He moving around crazy. I said, hey, D, come here, D. He was like, what's up? I said, come here, bro. Came up the steps. I'm like, yo, look. I said, you holler at Miss Thompson? I'm just being petty. I said, you holler at Miss Thompson? He like, not in a couple days. What's up? I was like, everything's straight for the weekend. I'm just trying to make sure my $200 is secured, bro, because I need one of them back. I either need that Lala or I need that $200 on the weekend, bro. I'm letting you know now. I'm not waiting past nothing. I'm just letting you know now. He was like, damn, Weezy, like, what you gonna do? Beat me up, man. Like, damn, it's coming, bro. Like, I'm like, bro, listen, I'm just giving you the count, man. He was like, nah, I'm fucking with you, man. But like, come on, Weezy, man. I'm gonna pay your money, man. Like, it ain't like that. I'm like, I know it ain't like that. I'm just trying to make sure we on the same page, though, D, man, because I don't got time for no BS, man. I'm just still fucking with him, though. He like, no, I'm saying, Weezy, man, God. I said, so what you doing now? What you got going on now? Bro, like, what's this? He was like, oh, yeah, we about to mess with them perks, man. Yeah, you don't mess with that, dude. I'm like, he was like, it ain't no la-la yet. The dude across the hall said he might have la-la tonight. He was like, ain't no la-la. So I'm messing with the perks. I'm like, you mess with the perks. I was like, how much them Jones cost? He was like, I just told dude I give him 5 spoons for one. I was like, 5 spoons? He was like, yeah, these joints expensive, Weezy. He said, they go for $50 for real, a pill, sometimes more. He was like, but I told dude I give him 5 spoons. I'm like, so you bought you and your man some pills, huh? He was like, yeah, I own 15 spoons. 15 spoons out of zip ain't nothing. I said, yo, I'm telling you now, bro, I don't have no money for Miss Thompson. If I do pay Miss Thompson, that's my route. I'm just letting you know now. If you mess your little play up and don't have no money for her, no, you can't come get it for me unless that's my route. If you tell me, Weezy, that's your route, then I said, you can come get some money. I said, because right now, you already 15 spoons in a poo-poo, man. So boom. He was like, yeah, I know, Weezy, man, but I just can't be bored. He had his head down like a little kid. He was like, man, I just can't be bored in here, Weezy, man. Like, I'm just in here, man. And, you know what I mean? I got family members that work here, and why not, Weezy? Why not party, man? That's all I'm trying to party. I'm like, bro, you trying to fucking party? I said, bro, you're not in college, nigga. I said, this is prison, bro. I see you wilding, man. I see you wild. I already smacked the shit out of his ass. Bah! Wake up, nigga. That's what I started to do. But, like, you can't do that to niggas, man. Niggas is going to be dumb. They going to be dumb. I can't stop this man from being dumb. So he like, yeah, all right. I'm like, all right, bro, that's what's up, man. You know what I mean? Get away from me, man. So I had him go do your perk, basically, man. So he dipped. You know what I mean? Bro, come back out later looking super sleepy. He like this. Hey, Weezy, you want some cigarettes at? I'm like, nah, bro. I don't know where no roll-ups at, bro. He was like, man, I'm perked up, Weezy, man. I'm like, man, all right, man, get away from me, man. I dipped from him again. So through that whole week, man, I kind of just avoided, bro, man. Like, I already knew the count. My homeboy, my old head already had told me that the Packers would get dropped off on me, which is a lucky thing. Like, all type of stuff was going through my brain, y'all. I already know what y'all gonna be saying in the comments, man. Weezy, you should have just bucked on dude. Like, for real, I wanted to so bad. Because there's nothing he can do to me. He couldn't beat me. He couldn't do none of them things. But for real, though, it's just the principle of me knowing his cousin. Like, one day he can be like, man, you know, Weezy had got that junk and bucked on me, man. Like, his cousin will be like, he bucked on me. Even though his cousin told me he was difficult and all the above, like, it still was his cousin. You know what I mean? It wasn't like his cousin was like, yo, forget him, man. Like, it wasn't like that. Even though they didn't get along too much, it was just, I didn't want to just do that to bro cousin, man. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. So, like, I'm laying in the bed just thinking like, yo, tomorrow, I don't know if she was gonna bring it Saturday or Sunday, but this was Friday. I'm like, man, I don't know what I'm gonna do when I get the joint. You know what I mean? Because it's like, should I buck? Should I even tell him? Should I just get the whole joint, sell it, and then hit Miss Thompson off for 500 this time instead of the 200? You know what I mean? She deserved it. I'm like, yo, what should I do? I really didn't know what to do, man. So I went to breakfast that morning. So when I go to breakfast, it's Saturday morning, I go to breakfast. I see old head. You know what I mean? He was like, yo, Miss Thompson at work. You know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, that's what's up, man. I was like, yo, man, let me holler at you. He was like, what? I said, man, what you think I should do, man? He was like, they don't buck on that dude, Weezy, man. He was like, man, your luck will be bad. I was like, I know, man. I was like, but he's an idiot, man. I said, man, she about to give you his package. He's like, nah, that's y'all package. He said, you gave him the money, right? I was like, yeah. He said, so she's giving me y'all package. And y'all package, you can do whatever you want with y'all package. He was like, but I wouldn't do him like that, though, just on the strength of karma. He was like, he don't deserve nothing to be bucked on. He said, just because he ain't let you in the car how you wanted, that's up to him. That's his route, Weezy. Like, I'm like, yeah, you right, man. I was like, you right, man. I was like, that joke, I said, I just couldn't sleep last night. I was like, because I'm just thinking about 2 zips and I'm just thinking about bucking. Like, that's what I'm thinking about, though. I was thinking about really bucking on this young punk. That's what I'm thinking about. He was like, nah, I don't buck on the Weezy, man. He was like, nah, because I'm telling you, play your cards right, you going to fall right in anyway. I'm like, I'm going to chill, man. I'm going to chill, man. So he was like, look, if I send the word, tell you to come outside, wreck, bring your butt outside, wreck. Tell him. I'm like, all right, bet. So we didn't ate. Shot back to the building. He went back to his building. I'm in the bed chilling, you know what I mean? We're about to be on standby for wreck in a little bit, you know what I mean? I'm in the bed chilling, Saturday morning, chilling. Dude come to the door. Hey, Weezy. Hey, yo. Call my old head name. Old head said, come outside. I'm like, all right. I'm sitting in the bed like, this joke crazy, man. I wanted to tell myself, but I ain't tell him. I'm like, oh, that joke crazy. I was like, to be honest with y'all, in that particular moment right there, I'm talking about when the dude was like, yo, come outside. I'm thinking like, yo, right then and there, I was like, yo, I'm a buck. I was like, I'm a buck, man. Bro ain't no hustler. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, man? He not a hustler, man. Like, he don't need this. I need this. If I can make $1 million, y'all, so boom. That's what I'm gonna do with 2 sip of Brucey's, man. I'm like, man, I'm a buck, man. I was like, I'm a buck, man. They say, exit off a wreck, exit off a wreck, exit off a wreck, exit off a wreck. So we leaving out. I'm like, shh. Walking out. You know what I mean? Start walking around, getting to the gate. We get to the gate, I walk in the joint. I'm in the joint that's waiting for old head to come out. I see him slide it over up. Old head come out, he like this. He's sweeping. He like, yeah. yeah, I see something hit the ground. Like he threw something, I didn't see him throw it on the ground. He still sweeping with the big boom. He like, he pushed that jank right over to me. I was like, that junk came by the fence. I was like, I shimmy that junk through the hole. I was like, grab that junk, put it in my pocket. I was like, this the joint's right here. It felt like 2 zips. I was like, this is right here. He was like, yeah. I was like, oh man, Miss Thompson trained to go, man. I was like, yo, listen. I said, you gonna be mad at me? He was like, what? I was like, man, I'm bucking, bro. He was like, you bucking, man? I was like, man, I'm bucking, man. You know what I mean? He was like, hey, I don't care. Just look out for me. I was like, all right. So he dipped. He got out the way. So the whole time on the yard, I got time to think. I have time to think, y'all. I'm on the yard like, man, should I buck on this cream puff? Like, I don't really know, man. Like, this is an easy buck. I got 2 zips in my pocket that I don't even supposed to have in my pocket. Yeah, I gave him the $2, but still though, I'm like, man, I'm a buck. I just kept trying to make myself believe it. I was like, man, I'm a buck. Next thing you know, I just seen the good conscience pop up. It was the good Weezy. He was like, hey, Weezy, ain't no need to buck on him, man. What is it gonna do, man? Except make more enemies? You're on Lawrenceville, man. He was like, don't sleep on nobody. Even a coward will come back and get you, Weezy. Give that man his stuff, Weezy. Don't do it. Next thing you know, the bad conscience came. I'm like, and John like, yo, look. And John was like, this what you do, right? You buck on him, and then say, fuck it. What he gonna do? Nigga can't fight anyway. He ain't no hustler or fighter. Fuck him, Weezy. This an easy buck. Good conscience like, yeah, it's easy buck, but what the fuck would happen if he telling you, Weezy? What's gonna happen if he do this? What's gonna happen? I'm like, fuck the bad conscience, like, fuck that nigga, Weezy. It was like, wreck over with. The gate opened up, I was like, I threw both of them off my ass, y'all, so boom. But it really felt like, man, all jokes aside, it felt like I had, like, the bad conscience and good conscience talking to me. I didn't know what I was gonna do by the time I hit the building. I come back in, first person I see is D. It was wild. I walk back in the park, I'm like, he right there at the water, he right there at the hot pot by the microwave. I look, he was like, hey, what's up, Weezy? You holler at your aunt? I'm like, yeah, I holler at him. He was like, is Thompson over there? I was like, yeah. He was like, he turned back to his other homeboy from the port. He was like, I told you, bro. Yeah, it's gonna be the day, bro. I told you. Weezy, we gonna be straight today. I was like, yeah. I said, hey, look though. I said, I need to holler at you. It's important, man. He was like, what's up? I was like, just come to my cell. Where I did the sack run upstairs, y'all. You know the sack run, cool. I was like, sack run up the steps. I'm like, I got that joint. I was like, man, I ain't gonna buck on him, man. That's when I knew right there in my mind. I was like, I ain't gonna buck on him, man. I'm gonna be honorable on this joint. Get to my cell. He come in right behind me. He was like, what's up? I was like, yo, look, don't overreact, bro. But look, I got the pack, bro. He was like, you got the pack? I was like, yeah, I got the pack. He was like, how you get the pack? He had calmed down immediately. He was like, how you got the pack? I was like, cause I got the pack. Like, he heard me say that. He was like, well, how'd you get it? I'm like, yo, bro, look, Miss Thompson gave it to my aunt. I said, my aunt gave it to me. You know what I mean? I said, he had already told me that she said she gonna drop it off on me, bro. And I give it to, you know what I mean? Because she saw that I gave you the money. So I guess she ain't want you to carry me and, you know what I mean, basically looking out for you. She don't know how cool me and you are. He was like, but I was gonna pay you though. I was like, yeah, but look, now we partners. So sit down. He was like, partners? I'm like, yeah, we partners, nigga. What do you mean? He was like, I said, bro, listen, bro. I'm trying to get in every time you go now. This is how it's gonna go. We're gonna split 1-1. He was like, nah, that want the deal. That want the deal, Weezy. I said, what the fuck you mean I want the deal, bro? I said, bro, listen. I said, the deal is whatever I want it to be right now. Just like if I don't want you to have not one fucking feezy out of this fucking 2 zips, I said, you won't have nothing, D. The fuck is wrong with you? He was like, oh, it's like that now. I knew you. That's why I didn't put you in the car. Because you old niggas always trying to backstab a nigga. I said, bro, listen, bro. I ain't had to backstab your non-hustling ass, nigga. Fuck wrong with you, bro. You got me fucked up, nigga. I said, bro, listen, man. You talking stupid, man. Get the fuck out my cell, bro. He was like, what? I said, man, get the fuck out my cell, nigga. And he was like, he got up off the bench. He was like, that's how you gonna do it? I said, bro, listen, I ain't gonna tell you again. Get the fuck out my cell, bro. And he was like, and he dipped out, word, and he dipped, went down the steps. First, I was just sitting on the bed like, damn, bro, what are you doing, bro? Fucking being a fucking goon? I'm like, this shit crazy. I look, I get up finally, I'm like, I go in the door and look, I see him talk to his little 2 Emporium homeboys, like he all sad and shit. So I step out, I'm like, go fuck this nigga talking to. I came down the steps like bad dudes, nigga. Got down them damn steps. Go fuck you talking to somebody? I'm like, little young nigga from Emporium walked up, hey, Weezy. I was like, man, get the fuck off me, bro. What the fuck wrong with you, man? This ain't the time to be joking, bro. He was like, God damn, Weezy, I just want to holler at you. I'm like, what's up? He like, Man, don't do that to him, Weezy, man. He's stupid, bro. I'm telling you, man. He don't mean no harm. I said, bro, fuck him. Fuck him, man. Straight up, man. Fuck that nigga, man. Yo, fuck about this nigga, man. He was like, man, come on, Weezy. You gonna leave us with nothing? I said, man, listen, bro. You ain't got nothing to do with this, bro. I'm telling you, stay out the shit, man. Period, man. He was like, you know what I mean? He peeled off looking sad as a bitch. So as I looked at all these little niggas just looking sad in the fucking face, I'm just like, looking, I'm like, man, come on, man. He looked at me, he was like, what? I was like, man, go to your cell, man. You know what I mean? So we go back upstairs to his cell. We get in the jump. I was like, man, come on, man, let's break this shit down, man. He was like, oh, you gonna give me my zip? I'm like, yeah, bro. Come on, man, I ain't gonna do that to you. I said, bro, watch how you fucking talk to me, bro. I said, I don't know how the fuck you don't think we partners, bro. I fucking save your ass, bro. He was like, man, Weezy, look, all right, I know I don't hustle good, but sometimes I just go too far sometimes. I'm sorry, bro. Like, man, come on, we good, Weezy, man. I was like, I know we good, man. Come on, man. So me and bro start breaking the shit down. You know what I mean? We start breaking the shit down. I took my zip, I gave him his zip. You know what I mean? As we was breaking it down, I know he noticed I took a big ass, like, it was like after we broke the whole 2 zips down, it was like all in one big pile. And I had got a fucking playing card and I just split it down the middle. Of course, I took the big side, y'all, so boom. I took the big side, man, I promise you, man. So he was like, hey, look, all right, look, Weezy, you said, goddamn, I can make a couple $100 though, because I'm trying to pay her though. I said, look, bro, this is what we gonna do, bro. I said, look, you don't want to be partners. I said, look, I will pay her the $250, bro. I said, goddamn, just keep this shit going, man. That's all I ask of you, man. Just keep this shit going. He was like, all right, that's a deal. That's a deal. I was like, all right, so we good now, right? He was like, yeah, we good. I said, bro, look, bro, stop making me snap on your little dumb ass, man. Goddamn, man, you acting all crazy and shit, man. He was like, it's all good, Weezy, man. It's all good. That nigga got down. I was like, I'm about to dip, though. I was like, all right, grab my shit. Shh. And I got the fuck out of his cell, so I dipped. You know what I mean? I haul ass. So the whole time, I'm like, I know he about to be a dickhead. I was like, I know this nigga about to be a fucking dickhead, man. I promise you, I know he about to be a fucking dickhead. So goddamn, I had seen Popcorn. I was like, hey, Popcorn, look, I need to holler at you. And this was one of Popcorn's first time, like, holding something for me, too. He was like, what? I said, man, come to my cell. Popcorn came to my cell. I said, look, I broke everything down real quick. Not a whole everything that he needed to know, just a little bit, because I was still feeling uneasy. Like, he was acting like I was fucking like feeling like this was a good deal that me and him had. I didn't get a good trust vibe off him, so I was like, nah. So I said, look, Corn. I said, bro, look, I'm gonna let you sell all the feezies, bro. I said, and I'm gonna give you a spoon right now. I said, I need you to hold something for me, man, to after count. You know what I mean? I said, because I don't know what the fuck is going on. You know what I mean? Whatever the case got now, I don't know what the fuck going on. So he was like, I got you. What's up, dude? He was like, yeah, they say your little homeboy got some weed too. I was like, yeah, it's dumbass, man. He was like, yeah, that nigga owe every fucking body. So I was like, man, that shit crazy. So the nigga, I guess the nigga was running around doing him. So they ended up calling 2 o'clock rec. So when they called 2 o'clock rec, goddamn, you know what I mean? I went outside, but goddamn, this time my old head was outside. Usually he be working, but he came outside because he used to play ball sometimes. So he out there hooping. You know what I mean? So he out there hooping, so I'm doing me on the yard. Like, I ain't even think about, bro, I ain't thinking if he talking to Miss Thompson. I ain't think about none of that shit, man. But all I know is I looked up, and this nigga was at the gate, and I seen a slider open up, and Miss Thompson came out. So when Miss Thompson came out, that nigga just started snapping on Miss Thompson. Man, y'all just, man, listen, I'm on the other side, and I hear this shit. This nigga like, yeah, you gonna fucking cut me off for another motherfucker? This nigga ain't even where we from. What the fuck is wrong with you, bitch? This lady's 50-some years old. He calling the old lady a bitch, and he's just black. I'm talking about this nigga's kirking out. He's kirking out. His homeboy from Emporia keep grabbing him. He's like, nah, fuck that bitch. Nah, fuck you, bitch. You just gonna fucking die. You gonna fuck, how you gonna get my shit to somebody else? He just going crazy. I'm like, I'm listening to that. I'm like, I'm gonna smack dog shit out his ass. As soon as we get back to the building, I'm gonna smack his fucking toboggan off, y'all. So boom. Fuck is wrong with him? He cursing the rollout. I'm like, this nigga, why he just blacking out? Man, fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. So he's snapping out. So as he's saying that, I guess the fucking COs from the guard, we only got one little, Lawrenceville don't have no towers. But they have, like what I told y'all, when we come out from that chow hall and that fence be separating, it's a little joint right there, a little control booth. And upstairs is like, I guess the big hats office, the people that wear the white shirts and shit. And that's their joint. So that's like a little tower because it's a little high and they got a window and they can look out. So I guess they looking right out at the fence at a fucking inmate disrespecting the fucking lady. So they come out the joint. We see them niggas come out the joint. White shirts come out the joint. They like, you alright? She like, yeah, I'm good. He don't know. They was like, nah, fuck that. Come here. He tried to walk away. They was like, nah, come here. Nah, come here right fucking now. So he tried to walk away. He turned around. He's like, what? They was like, nah, come the fuck here. Come back to this gate. So they got now the CO walking from the other direction. They was like, open this gate up. As soon as they opened the gate, they were like, bring him out. So they brought his dumb ass out. He like this. He had look stupid as a bitch coming out. He was like, put your hands right there. They put his hands on the wall. He was like, man, turn around. We start patting that nigga down. Man, this dumb ass nigga had his whole pack in his fucking sock. I said, look at this stupid motherfucker. Nigga went down. He was like, oh. He was like, oh, take his ass to medical, man. I looked up. Miss Thompson was walking in the damn building. I was like, oh, shit. I was like, damn. I was like, look at this dumb ass nigga. I said, that's what a stupid ass get. Stupid bitch. Oh, dumb, non-hustling motherfucker. So look, the nigga got took to medical. So of course he's going to the fucking hole. So the nigga was gone. That nigga D was out of there, man. The little niggas, his little homeboys that he be with, he was like, man, I was telling that nigga not to take all that shit outside, man. He told me he was gonna go outside and pay everybody out the bag. I told his dumb ass to bag up, Weezy. He dumb as a bitch. I'm like, man, that nigga stupid bitch, man. That nigga went back that motherfucker, man. Man, I promise you, man, by the time got down, before dinner was even called, niggas was like, look out the window. Everybody looked out the window. Goddamn, I look out the joint. I had to see them goddamn. I see the 2 white shirts. They walk on Miss Thompson and they walked her ass to like by medical. And they went up in the little joint too. I was like, what the fuck? They leave them out of there. Then they bring her out and they walked on the other side of the yard, basically walking her ass up off this motherfucker. That's what I think they did. So I'm like, niggas like, damn, what the fuck? So a lot of niggas don't know, but I'm seeing this shit. So I'm like, damn, bro, ratty? I'm like, this little pussy, little non-hustling bitch, ratty. I'm like, this shit crazy. That's why I definitely gave my shit to Popcorn. Man, I promise you, man, when they finally goddamn called us for dinner, and I seen my old head, man, my old head was like, man, the lady came back in that joint, was like, she know he gonna tell. He was like, man, damn sure I'm on fucking 20 minutes after that she said that shit, man. He was like, the white shirts came back and got her ass, man. Word, man, that nigga told on the fucking lady, Miss Thompson, the lady that's supposed to be like his fucking aunt, y'all. Non-hustling bastard, man, like, that's what they say. Like, these niggas be getting, that's what I was telling y'all in the beginning. These niggas be getting these positions and they be in the fucking way, man. That nigga was in the fucking way, man. That nigga went to the fucking hole and never came out. He ain't have a lot of time anyway, so who knows where he went at, man. You know what I mean? But he never came the fuck back out. Nah, he never came back out. Goddamn, Miss Thompson was gone. That nigga told on the route. The only good thing about this shit is I still had my zip. And I kept Popcorn holding that shit for a minute because I ain't trust his ass. After about like 3 days, I went and got it and started doing me. But that little motherfucker told his little hustling ass, man, petty bitch. That's my word, man. I ain't never see that nigga again. But I called his cousin and I told his cousin that, yo, you got a fucking rat as a fucking cousin, man. And I told him every fucking thing. He was like, bro, I don't put it past that nigga, man. He's like, that nigga in the fucking way, Weezy. You know what I mean? And I was glad that I didn't really get tangled up with him in the route and all that shit, because everything ain't for everybody, man. Like, that was God showing me, like, yo, that wasn't your route. You know what I mean? I was trying to make it mine, and I was trying to do the right things, but it wasn't mine, so at the end of the day, man. So that was a crazy situation. That's the end of the damn story, yo. I appreciate y'all for watching, man. Y'all know the count, man. Stay your ass out the way, man, because your family needs you. Period, man. But y'all already know what it is, man. This was the Tuesday Banger Game. So let y'all do this, man. Like, subscribe. Let's get it. Let's go. But safe out there, people. And stay your ass out the way.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way, if you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous. Did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments. Get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart just to open your eyes up.